Hello everybody on YouTube, this is Ray Albert coming back at you with another video. Hey, today we're going to try and finish up that website that we've been working on for the last 3 videos. I don't want each video to be too long because you get bored. I know I can't watch a video for more than 15 or 20 minutes without getting bored. So, today I'm going to show you how to customize your website. And I'm going to show you how to do an XML sitemap, and I'm going to teach you how to do a robots.txt file, which tells the Google and other search engine bots how to crawl your website so they get indexed. Okay, so without further ado, let's get to it. Okay, then here we are back in our dashboard. Okay, so now we want to customize our website. So what we're going to do is we're going to go down here to appearance, and then we're going to go down to customize. Wow, that was very enlightening, wasn't it? All right, so now we're going to be in the customization part, and I hope y'all did the Sydney thing because it's very versatile for anything that you might want to do with your website. So right now we have the full screen header right there. First of all, let's go to the site title and tag. Okay, now this right here is going to change that right there, and this is going to change that. What this is going to do is it's going to put a favicon on your page. The pages here, let me put this up here. See these pages right here? You see these are what's called favicons, okay? And if you have one that's 512 by 512, that's the biggest that they can be to be able to fit into this little thing, and you could put a logo in there or whatever. You would select it here, and you would have a favicon. When you're all done editing that, you just click here and do publish. I'm going to just do one little customization here. Okay, ranking and banking. And we're going to publish it one more time. Okay, so now that's published. All right, so you want to go up, go to this arrow right here. Okay, now we're going to go to the header area. That's this area right here. Here you're going to decide what kind of header you want. So right now it's on, by default, the full screen slider. And if you come down here, you're going to say you want to put an image in the full screen slider, or you could have a video. So if you don't want this full screen slider, well, let's just keep it there and just for now, and I'll show you what you can do with it. So right now it's on full screen slider, and you have these slides. So if you go back and you go to header slider, or you go to the header slider and you come down, this right here is going to adjust the speed that this slides. So many seconds, and then that slide. So on this right here, the higher, if I do this to 10,000, watch what happens. See how much slower it's going? Now if I put this to 2, you can see how fast it goes. So you can control how fast it slides. So I'm going to put it back to the default of 4. Now, if you don't want the slider to go at all, you just want one image there, you're going to click this button right here and it'll stop text slider. Okay, but the pictures will still go. The text slider, it stays the same. Okay, then if you come down here, this is welcoming you to Sydney. Okay, now here's the pictures. You can change the picture this way. I can change that picture by clicking on this button, selecting some files, Well, let's see what's in the media library first. Okay, so say I wanted a picture of a sandwich, right? Now what I would do before I even put that picture in there is I'd do an alt tag. Now what an alt tag is see the robots, the Google robots, they can't read a picture. So if you put an alt tag in there, which you want to use your SEO tag. So mine would be by Handyman Services. So Handyman Services is basically my SEO keyword that I'm using for this website. So I would just put alt tag Handyman Services. So that way the Google bots know it's a picture of something. You can put in there a sandwich, and then you choose the image, and bing, we have a sandwich. I know it don't look so cool in there, but I'm just saying that's what you can do if you want to. Now you can also have a third slider, and you could do the titles and the subtitles, like this here. If you uncheck move the text, if you leave it there, you're not going to get nothing else. Okay, so you can do another fourth picture, you can do a fifth picture. Okay, now this call to action down here is this little button right here. So you can hit, you can do whatever you want. Click to begin, or you can put buy now. Right? It's your little button to do whatever you want to do with it. And this right here would be your URL. When they click the button, that's where they're going to go. Now this pound primary is just saying that if I click this button now, it's just going to stay right on the page. It's going to go just right down there to the website itself. But you would put your URL right there of where you would want it to go. Now, I'm going to publish that because I got my Sammy picture in there. Okay, so then we're going to scroll back up to the top, and we're going to go back over here. So now you know how to put different pictures in if you want different pictures. Okay, now say you didn't want the big picture. Okay, you would go back to here and you would just click on image. Okay, now it would just put an image there instead of, and this is the image that would be there. And if you wanted to, you could do a video, and you just click image right there, and it's going to go to image. So now you would be able to, if you wanted to, I'll publish this for now. Okay, then we'll go back up, we'll go over here. Okay, so what you would do now is you would put an image in there. Notice it would say 1920 by 18 or 1080 pixels is the size of picture that you would want to put in here. Okay, so you would be able to, if you wanted to select a video, you could put a video in there. You can't upload one that's too long. If you do, you just put a YouTube URL in there, and it will render right here. Now, if you wanted to change the picture, you just put add new, and say now that I got a Sammy there, maybe I might want a little shot of beer, right? And again, you want to do the alt text, and you want to put handyman of beer. All right, so that the Google bots know what that is. Okay, so now it's going to ask you if you want to crop the image, and you could crop it like this, or you can make it smaller, whatever. So I just click on crop right there. Okay, so now the image will render. Boom! And there you have your shot of beer. So that's how you do that. Now if you ever say, oh no, I want that slider back, man. Okay, so then if you go back up here again, and then you go back to your header area, and so this is where you choose your header type, and then you can say you want the full screen slider. So once you click on full screen slider, as you can see, bada boom, bada bing, you got your full screen slider back. Go publish. Don't forget to publish or you're going to lose it all. One thing I want to remind everybody of, if sometimes you're doing work on here and it's not rendering, like it's staying in the same thing, you know, like you try to change this too many times, what happens is the cache gets full and it doesn't render. So what you want to do is you want to click out of here and you want to go down to your settings here. You want to go down to super catch in your settings. Click on the super catch, go down here and delete the catch. That will get you going again, okay? So I just want to go back to the customization just for one quick second here, and I just want to show you one more thing. So now you know how to do your header on your website. Okay, I go to header area again. So now if you got a sticky header, right, that means that this header is going to stay right where it's at. Okay, so you got your title and your subtitle and your menu there. It's just going to stay there. Okay, now if you want a static header, so now what's going to happen once this renders here, see, the header goes up with it. Okay, so now it all depends to you if you want to leave that there or not. I like a sticky header myself. Now this inline or centered menu logo, it means just what it says. If you click that button, notice how everything went into the center of the menu. Okay, then if you click the inline back again, everything's in line with each other. See that? So that's how you do that. Don't forget to publish when you're done. Okay, so that's it for the header area. Now we're going to go to what I just wanted to show you something here really quickly about your pages. Okay, now it's very important when you're creating pages. This right here is what came with the blog itself. Well, I like to keep the blog, the contact, and the home page. Okay, so when you want to edit this, now you know you already got your title up top. Mine is Best Handyman or By Handyman Services, Ranking and Banking, right? So now we want to customize the page. So the first thing that you want to do for SEO reasons is you want to put your title of the page, and this is the home page now, but you want to put your title of the page, whatever you want it to be. You don't want it to be called By Handyman Services again right there, because it's going to look kind of stupid, right? But you want to have Handyman Services in your title. And what you want to do is you want to always, in the beginning, always have an H1 tag and have Handyman Services someplace. So you could also always put something like Best Handy. Okay, so that would be a title, but see, your keyword is in there. When you go down here, because now we've got SEO Yoast installed, you want to put in the focus keyword here, Handyman. So notice how it's rendering right here. This is your title right here, By Handyman this is your URL, By Handyman Services. Handyman Services is in the URL. Handyman Services is going to be in the title. And so you're going to start blogging. Now the first paragraph of your blog, you want it to have Handyman Services in there also. So then you could put something, you want to keep it as a paragraph because the first paragraph has to have that. That's the SEO thing, man. I'm going to just put a few things here. So notice now I have Handyman Services, and what you do for SEO reasons is you do that and you make it bold. Okay, so that tells the Google bots that is an important keyword right there. So anytime you put keywords, you bold them. So now to make the SEO even better, if you follow along with SEO Yoast down here, and notice it's already got my readability good. What you want to do next is you want to make sure that you edit the snippet. And this is going to be the snippet right here. See where it says Best Handyman Service? That's what I just wrote up there. But you're going to want to probably have your own. Let me pause this till okay, so I finished writing something in the meta description. Now this is very important for the Google bots to know what your website is all about also, because the meta description, the title tags, and everything else is what the Google bots is going to read first. So you got to make sure you got enough in there. Make this green. Now if you want to, you can put an SEO title in there. Now notice how it's going above the handyman URL. So I got handyman services in there as well. So now you want to be descriptive in your SEO title and use as many keywords as you can so that you could rank. And you can even put so you want to put as much in there as you can without this green line going too far over. Be as descriptive as you can in the SEO title. Okay, so as long as these two things are green, you're good to go. And so then if you just follow this right here, now this is going to tell you what you need to do in the body of your content. Okay, so the focus keyword doesn't appear in the first paragraph of the copy. Now if that keeps saying all that, okay, so here's the first paragraph of the copy, right? If you go ahead and update it, see what happens then. Okay, now that it's updated, let's go down there, and so you notice that that is gone. So now you do have your SEO description in the first paragraph. So then what you want to do also is you want to put some images. It says no images appear, so you see Google will give you more points. You put images in there. Remember, when I say put an image in there, make sure you put an alt tag. Okay, so now if I go from here and I go to put an image in, I go to all the images, and we'll use this one this time, and we're going to make sure we put an alt tag, right? Handyman, move this over, insert into page. There you go. Now if this isn't big enough, what you can do here is you can change the size right here. Here's a large size, and there it goes. You can also do full size, custom size. Okay, now here you can also make this a clickable link by going here and putting a URL. So if you put a URL in there, say I'll link out to my other website here, and you say update. Now you have a clickable link right there. Okay, so if you want to continue on writing, you just tab there, go down, start writing another paragraph. Always on this next paragraph have a H2 tag, so you can get all your tags from going to the drop down, H2 tag, click there. On the third paragraph, H3 tag. I wouldn't go any further. I wouldn't go to H4, H5. H3 is good enough. And then also make sure that you go and you link out to a YouTube video, something that coincides with what you're writing about here, what your website's all about. It doesn't have to be your video, it could be somebody else's video. Just make sure they don't have any advertisements or anything like that, because Google will rate you higher in the search engines if you link out to websites like YouTube, Facebook, all the social media sites out there. Also, when you are doing your SEO and you're following this right here, make sure you have an internal link. So maybe for handyman services up here, I might want to make this the link back to this website, so I could link back to it. And make sure all the time you go here and you always put open in a new tab, because if they go someplace else and you don't have the tab separate, they might never come back. So then if you put the URL there, okay, and that's how you do that. And notice that's going to link back, and now it should say that you have no internal link, so then you just update it again. Okay, now basically that's how you SEO a page. You do the same thing with your blogs. Make sure you have a good heading, make sure you have H1 tags, make sure you have your meta description, make sure you have your focus keyword, whatever it's going to be. And like I say, Mr. Yost here will let you know if you're missing anything or not. Okay, so that's that. So now we want to go to doing a sitemap. Now, a lot of times Yoast is supposed to actually do sitemaps for you, but they don't. At least not in my experience. So you just go here to www.xml space sitemaps.com. Here it is right here, XML space sitemaps.com, and you can click here to create a sitemap. So if you put your URL right in here, byhandymanservices.com, what this thing will do is it will scrape your page. Whatever you're going to allow or not allow is up to you. I usually just allow everything, and right here I'm going to put in where the XML sitemap is, and that's just going to be sitemap.xml. Okay, that's where my sitemap's going to be once I upload it to the server. I'll show you how to do that in a second. So we are going to update, and this is your text spot. Okay, so it's a really simple file. It really is. And so all you want to do is you want to highlight all of this little stuff right here, and you copy it. Open yourself up a notepad. I'm just gonna make this a new notepad, and I'm gonna paste that in there, and I'm going to name it. I want to make sure I save it. File, save as, and I'm going to put this in my downloads also, and I'm going to name it robots.txt. Okay, so that's going to be the name of the file. And then what you want to do is you want to go to your cPanel of your website. So this is your website. This is the back end of your website. This is how you control your pages and what your website looks like and everything else. Your cPanel is your web hosting back end. This goes to the back of everything. This will give you new domains. It'll do everything you want. So like I got HostGator has cPanel. I know that WordPress has cPanel. I know that you can get it through GoDaddy. It costs you a little more money. Bluehost, you get a cPanel. You need to have a cPanel. If you don't have a cPanel, you can't do this. You would have to go to your web hosting administrator and tell them you need them to upload your robots.txt file and your sitemap XML. Okay, so with that said, I'm going to go to my cPanel, and like I say, for me it's HostGator, and I'm going to log in. Okay, now this is the cPanel of the website. So here you can manage your whole back end of your website, emails and all that stuff. You can add domains, subdomains, redirects, quick install, how you install WordPress. You've seen this all before. So let's go to the file manager, and on the right side we're going to look for the root domain. So I'm going to look for byhandymanservices.com right there. So this is the root domain of my website. So if I click that, over here you're going to have all the files that's in the root domain of your folder. So you notice I don't have any robot.txt in there. I don't have any sitemap XML. And Yoast is supposed to put that in there, but they don't. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to upload both of these files. So I'm going to go to select the files, go to my downloads, and I am going to find here's my robots.txt file. Okay, that's done. We're going to select the other one, sitemap, open it, and it's done. Okay, so now we have both of those things in there. If we go back, you can see you got your robot.txt file and your sitemap XML. So now what you want to do is you want to go back to your Webmaster Tools just by typing in Webmaster, and you should see google.com/webmaster tools. If you don't have an account, they'll tell you to make an account. And we went through all this the other day, so I'm not going to go through this again. Okay, so now here is the website. Here's the Buy Handyman service. You can see it already crawled that website already. So, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this. Okay, then I'm going to go to crawl, and I'm going to go fetch as Google. And now, so I'm going to just do the home site there. So you're just going to just say fetch and render. It's going to render. There it is, completed. And then you can request indexing by clicking that. You only get 10 a month, so I'm not going to waste my click on that one. Now what you want to do once you request your indexing, so now that's going to get you indexed in the search engines. Now you want to do down here and click on sitemaps, and you want to go add and test the sitemap. So you're going to just click in here, sitemap .xml, and you're going to submit it, and then you need to refresh the page. So they got the sitemap right there, so that's good. So now when Google goes and indexes your website, you got your sitemap. Now every time you add another page, you do another blog, you need to go back to your sitemap XML website right here and make another sitemap. Go back to your Cpanel on your website and go to your root domain folder like I showed you. Double click on that and just upload that new XML file. It's going to say, do you want to replace the old one? You just click yes, and it's gone. It's done. Okay. So that's how you do that. Okay, now this kind of went a little bit longer than I wanted to, but I wanted to get those things in there for you guys. So basically your site is all done. It's up to you to fill it up with stuff. It's up to you to do your due diligence and doing your SEO properly so that your website gets found by the search engines. I mean, this is not at the end of it. By all means, I'm going to have more videos on how to rank them and everything else. But this is your basic on setting up your website from scratch with SEO in mind. And if you start off on the right foot from the beginning, you won't have any problems with Google finding your website, with any other search engines finding your website, and you will rank faster that way, depending on your niche and depending on the difficulty of your keyword being ranked. So you might have a keyword that, if you make money online, boom, you're never going to rank that one because you got to have a lot of money behind you to do that. But you could, the best money maker online or something like that, if that's getting searches, you'd probably rank for that pretty quick. Anyway, that's the end of this video. Hey, if you've liked what you've seen and you think I'm giving you really good value, which I think I am, man, I'm working my butt off here, just click on that subscribe button, ting that bell icon on the side so that you can watch new videos. Every time I have one and I release it, you get notified. I love you guys, man. Take care and happy SEOing, man. Remember, ranking is bacon.